Hello to everybody on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just waiting for Twitch. I'm sure they won't be long. Yep, Twitch has arrived. Hello, people on Twitch. Waiting for YouTube. Waiting. This is what I need to. Oh, and we're on. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today, lots of small stuff. I'm not on for a real long time today. I should chat boards up. Brief moment, people. Ding and ding. That way I can see what people say. Now, today, yeah, mostly lots of small stuff. I just realised something. Give me a brief moment. I wonder. Wonder. I lost a very important piece. I wonder if I actually put it in, if I was cutting it. Continue to search for it. Anyway, what I want to do today is I want to a couple of portholes. In fact, I don't think one porthole I need to touch upon the Halifax, but there is some gaps where the main canopy meets the fuselage. We'll address that. I want to do a bit more work on my utility truck. And then I do want to have a look at how our gun bays are going to fit. In the Typhoon. Anyway, and I will show you that in due course. Now, part of the thing I lost was to do with the gun bays, but we'll get on with it. We'll worry about that later. We'll enter first the light on, better view. No. Guess the first thing on is the windows on the Halifax. These are the wings of the Tempest. Did the Tempest go? No, they don't go around it. Now this is where could have been. And the lobster went there, the cupboard was bare. Poor little lobster. But do wonder this area a bit, or in one of the other boxes, which it may also be. But we can work on that later anyway. Now, as I said, first things to a slightly safe position. Safer. Good idea. Now, first thing I want to do, Halifax. I need a toothpick for. Mean toothpick at that. Who would have thought? Booms. Shoots. Score! Actually, I remember. I don't know if any of who are viewing remember the kids program Real Monsters. There was a character named Ickis. To get his, he hadn't been scaring enough people. So, clones of himself. Probably get you higher up, back a bit position. What did I need to do? They're all cool. Now here's some of the areas that I'm going to. What I'm going to try and do. Use our water effect. Do that. I wonder if you can put in there for. Fill up the gap a little. I'll still need to paint it, but that's okay. Here's the porthole I needed to do. Well, that being so, probably do that now. Then gaps here. If I get the water effect to fill it in, the idea will be I will then, ideally, nobody will be the wiser. There is also window there, but what I do have that around. I'm actually gonna supposed to go on from the inside, but it fell out. Pull the edge out and just glue it in from the outside and paint around it. So that'll all work. First, however, first I need fucking coffee. Simple equation, people. I mean, really now. It's probably worth mentioning. I plan on doing the boogaloo. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't actually know how to do the boogaloo. Which probably stop suggesting I'm about to do it as a means of departure. However, be that as it may, people. Oops, the whole stack of stuff off the shelf. Comes here. Shape. Do the bullied. Really, Robster. Really bad. Oh, here it is. Deary me. Shake. Up there. There is a possible, even if I can't find you may recall I've waxed lyrical about the of not having the gun rack. There are a number of places it may yet be, but worst case scenario, would be that I would have to buy another Tempest or Typhoon kit and go through the soaring process. I prefer to do. Now, do you pick? It's tension. Do sometimes need to try this a few times to get it nice. There we go. She's on. See that quite clear. Boom. I'll zoom that. There, the one above the roundel, one we've just done. All that is the water effect applied with a toothpick. Now, if we go across to here, see, well, there's that window, which, like I said, I'm going to do from the outside, but here's the gaps. Now, I'm thinking, and I do sometimes, it's a reality, that I'm going to try, as I said, to use water effect down the side of the glass rather than putty. Putty's messier. This might get the job done for us. If it does, we just apply paint over the top and Bob's your uncle, theoretically. I don't know why Bob is your uncle. Used to be a teacher at my school. Big one was, "Do you have an Uncle Bob?" I don't. It's gonna be a process. Oops. Oh, hey, Alien, how you doing? Yeah, thanks. I'm trying to. There's some gaps here in the between the canopy and the main structure. What I'm trying to do here is apply water effect, fill that gap in. Do that for. And therefore, my theory is it won't be as bad as putty, because putty is of course very. Right, now I've got all that in. What I need to do, I want to be a bit quick about this. Ah, really? But, that would definitely be the category of opinion. Now, with it. Now we're starting to get. That will fill up. Good. Zoom in a bit for that. I'm going to do a bit of a tidy up. It's not too fast. A bit more needed in there, but that's thank you for that information. That's very useful. That's a trick. It's going to be. Yeah, that's good. Hold. Maybe. Let's see what we can. Oh, that's a bit good. All that. Might need to. Okay, so I'm doing this bit here. That's going to be much better. Oh, you'll see it clearly in a minute because I touched the button to get the focus for you. Give me a moment. It'll come up because there's a bit of a delay on my thing. Any moment. There we go. Now you can see what's going on. What I'm trying to achieve very slowly. Go from the top to the bottom. Ah. It takes its time, but it will happen. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. slowly coming down. But just like that, I think. Okay. I need my goggles on to have a good close look at this. Now, have a good close look at this. Okay. Good on the bottom. Still need some stuff at the top. Bit in the side here. Let's do it. So much easier when you're doing a porthole. Oh, getting there. Now you see, not quite holding, is it? Option 2. Close. Real close. I should. There we go. That's okay. Quite holding enough. Hmm. Think it's gonna be a stop, let dry. No, it's just running down the inside. I can actually tell that. Hmm. As I said, I don't really want to put putty. Now, my other option on this is to clear drying glue. Fill that up and then paint on top of that. Working okay for this sort of an area. Well, I wonder if I take that all the way across whether I've got a better chance of getting it to dry. The mysteries of life, eh, buddy? Now, if that happens. Certainly filled in all there. That's good. Hmm. I'm going to leave that like that. There is a gap at the bottom. But, theory. I'll just leave it as it is. Hopefully it'll dry. Then the gap at the bottom, I can just fill in much more easily. That's the theory. You can actually see how it's filling in there now. Yeah, life's full of mysteries, eh? Indeed. Now, I've got to disappear a little early today. Normally on for 2 hours. The most I'll be on for today is an hour and a half. Sure we'll all deal. Other side. Have a few issues of the same sort. you go. That's not a bad little option, I gotta say. If you hang on, I don't think you can see what I've the area I'm working on. So you can see it's actually come into play quite easily there already. So this idea is that it's now just along the bottom there, I guess. I'm going to let all of that dry. And the good thing about water effect is it dries. That will do that. Not entirely unhappy with it as a move, must say. Ah, hey, how you doing? I believe I met you before. Hey, how you been well, have you? There we go. So we've got our water effect in place to seal up the canopy. Yeah, we've got to. I want to let that bit there dry on the side of. You can see where it's. Hang on, you can zoom in a bit closer. All right, you can see there's a point where the water effect isn't. That's at the bottom. No, that's a Halifax, mate. Handley page Halifax. Oh, min pins. Yeah, I know, mate. I actually know that. That's actually part of the canopy itself. It's actually a thing. How you doing, min pins? Yeah, I know it looks a little what the fuck. And I'm with you, but that's what it is. But yeah, there is a bit on the canopy there, which I might. Well, not if you're not into military history, mate. Now, there's a risk of truly distressing if you find stuff that's something you should know. The insignia should have been a giveaway. It's a British aircraft, not an American one. Although the Brits did fly fortresses, not the classic B-17G or F, but early on, the early model of the fortresses, that's what they're actually called, the Boeing Fortress, and they had their merits, that much is definite. They had the limitations, that is also definite. But they were the forerunner of the flying fortress itself, it must be said. Okay, nice one. Now I'm going to zoom out so we can all get a better view of what's going on here. Now, there was something quickly crossed my mind. That's what it was. Let me have a look at something for a brief moment. Spooky finding. Gun. Also, Not finding what I've misplaced. There's a part I have misplaced, and there is much wailing and gnashing of teeth, certainly on my behalf anyway. Now, this gun goes. Moment. While I find the correct piece of canopy. I believe it's in here, and indeed it is. Boom. Here it is. Spinning. Now, what we shall do. Whoa. Screw cutters. A bit of a... Now the gun goes through there, and you know, might do very quickly. First up, let me give that a quick sand. Now, there's a seal there at the front that I haven't done yet. What I'll do is I will get a mouthful of coffee. At which point there was much rejoicing. I shall get a nice crisp brush. We'll go with that one. I like the looks of that one. That'll do the job, Jimmy. Now, I've also seen something else I'm going to pretend to in due course. But foist, good people, do dark grey is my go-to colour. Gliss oscuro, hence dark grey. Vallejo being a Spanish paint manufacturer, I must say I've picked up some understanding of work out what certain colours are, or the words are. Englasado, the oily. Acero englasado, oily steel. Yes, I'm on with people. Ah. Now, this is going to require a little bit of accuracy. So, it's goggles on time. The best side to do this from is probably this side for ease of purpose, because I only want to go through the... You'll see what I'm doing over a bit more. And so what I've done is basically, see if I can get a bit, yeah, there we go. You can see the seal where the gun will go at through shooting people or aircraft or whatever floats its boat. So we'll let that dry a bit first. Before we actually put the gun in. Boom, clean brush. Now, other things on my agenda, people. And I do, well, I don't have an agenda. It's a bit dramatic as a way of saying it. But I do have things in mind to do. Yes, yes. Now, one of the more obvious ones is to get those seats back into the utility truck. They do not belong there. They belong there. They do. Now, next. Wheels will be a bit crooked. Well, of course you did that, you stupid bastard. That's it. I can actually live with that. What I'll do, now we've got that straight this time. Yes. These back on because that's actually pretty easy. Then I'll put the seats in. Well, actually, I might even be able to put it straight in. There is another thing I actually want to touch up as well while I'm at it. Now, delete. This is actually the third time I've done this. Every instance, awesome, it's been up in the dingus. First time I put it in position. There we go. That's much better wheel alignment too. Alright. Actually, once that dries a bit more, I might as well just touch up the bottom of those wheels, hey? Now, other things I can actually do, though. Well, I think of it, this. Now they're probably giving us a big tip here as to how to do it. Put that onto that, which is to say, upside down. Makes sense. Have a look at that, shall we? Yeah, but it's better. That's how it goes on, pretty clearly. So hold that for a bit till it's in position. That's not that hard. Alright. So, there. To that end, now what is the time? Cross. So, okay. Like that. Yeah, that's good. You can actually see that there's a nice snug fit. There's no real gap of light through that. I'm pretty happy. We shall pop that upside down. So that's how they recommend, and let it dry. That operated pretty nicely for us. Now, there is one other thing I need to do very quickly. Quite a few things I need to do very quickly. We'll leave that discussion. Hang on a moment. Stop that sort of advancing behavior. The unaware that is actually a Monty Python. One of the things that Frenchman taunts King Arthur with when he's bent advancing behavior. What are you going to say? Well, it's not dry. Buddy. What are you, big boy? Right. Yeah, that's correct. That's all I really wanted to know. Beautiful. That's nice. Pretty snug. Yep. Happy, happy, joy, joy. How are our wheels looking? Happy, happy, joy, joy. A bit more and then we can touch them up. Zoom out. I already have. Now, next on the agenda. That's what it was. Yet again, my steering was my motorbike. Not happy. Not happy about that at least. Still, could be worse. Got another cyclist off. Oh wait a minute, there isn't one. Give that way. Okay, this will be one of those holding position moments. Once I've got that done, probably there's a few things we can probably do. And shall hoist. Touch on. Oh. Boom. There's our motorbike. As it should, like a motorbike. Would have thought, eh? That out though. Comfortably excellent. I can let that dry happily. Now. Next. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do, I definitely should do. Let's get a coffee. Yeah, I'm out of coffee. It's an outrageous situation. Well, not out of coffee. My mug is empty of coffee. This is also an outrageous situation. I cannot stand, I tells you. So we'll get on to that. Then there's a few things we're going to do. And you all should see. Voice, I'm going to take my mic off, and I shall be back in due course. I mostly just popped in when I was having a coffee, or making a coffee, more's the point. How you doing, all right? I'm doing a few bits and bobs on various things. I actually, here's one of the things I actually need to do. I'm filling in bits of where there's a gap between the with water effect, or at least I'm trying to. I'm having some worked very well around this side as a way of putting that in. I can paint that over. This one's being a bit harder. I usually use water effect to create portholes, and that's very easy. Um, okay. Uh, Meteors were never that much of my bag as far as it goes. The only reason for that is because I find something more romantic about propeller-driven aircraft. That's just me. That said, I do have a ME-262 in my stash, and as well as a Sabre. I do have some jets planned to build. Let's find propeller-driven aircraft kind of more romantic. Not that the war would have been any less brutal, but more romantic. Yeah, maybe what I'm doing wrong. To wipe some of that off, and that's fine. Right click. Ah, there's what I've been doing wrong. Coming in there. Once I get it fully in, I'll zoom this all in. Oh, that's good. Okay, kids, if you're doing this for the first time I don't put them with it. Hold the toothpick like that so as the stuff can slide, roll, or whatever liquid does, off. Yeah, there we go. Done together now. In fact, I don't even need to worry about those bits that are on the canopy. Because, gee, wouldn't you know? Making a coffee is always a good idea. I did so. Worked well for me. Oops. Okay. Bit into there. Now, one last little touch. Now, I am going to need to put paint over this as well, ultimately, because that's something. But I think it'll be a better option of rather than putty. First time I've tried this methodology. Now, let's zoom yours in. Right, you can see where got a lot of it filled in. I'll let that dry. Finish drying. Put some brown paint. Boom. Oh, nice one. Now, so yeah, anyway, that's what I've done there. And I might put a little more at the top, but I'm pretty happy with how that's operating. As a, yeah, oh, right. I can just paint that up. And like I said, where it's on the windows, it probably doesn't matter that much. Can do a little touch up, but again, it's clear. So that's going to help things along a wee bit. Need to tidy that up. I can quite easily. Overall, that'll be very easy to touch up and stuff. So I shall, in due course. Alright, I think that's a better outcome than putty. For that sort of a thing anyway. That's my opinion. And yes, people will tell you opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one. But as I also point out to people, but mine smell like roses. Um, Now, out. Next on my agenda. Shall. Many things I shall. Well, I should. Considering getting this gun in. According. Best option to hit the internal area there with some clear glue. Whoop. Yeah, look, here's the thing, man. On that size issue, um, is that once I've built the Halifax and the Lank, a part of me feels almost obliged to build a fortress. So, excuse me, I'll get a mouthful of coffee. Oh, yeah. Anyway, and again comes the issue of where to put it, and what I've come to the conclusion I will do. Fact, give me a moment. Is if we look around there, let me see if I can get there. There we go. What you've got there is my stash and a bit of a display, or part of my display area. I've got other areas where I display kits. That shelf, the top shelf with the kits underneath my first display area, I'm going to clear out. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put them. That is the fundamental issue I have. But then I'll be able to move a whole stack of stuff from, give me a moment, up there, over to there, and so forth. Issue being that that's going to still be pretty full. What's my next move? The mysteries of life again, people. The mysteries of life. Now, getting back to things that are less mysterious but a bit more predictable. Yeah. We shall. Boom. That's what this. I'm a bit of a fan of this stuff. Hang on, we've got a nice one coming ready for me. does, or the lid acted on me, but ultimately, man, I cannot lie. Others can. Maybe a strong one. This one feels a bit fragile. Oh, it's a bit fragile, pedal. Come, come on. There you want him. Oh. Ah, there we go. Don't need all. That actually should be. It's pretty claggy, so that's the job pretty. Alright, should do it. Hopefully. Gun. Gun in. Oh, look at that. Oops. I wonder. Stay there. Stay there. Why, you little? Put a little more. No. Okay, if I just let it sort of get about there. Feel there is something drying on it. To do. Yes. So, yoink. A bit more. Yeah, well, it's a short-term plan because ultimately I still need more shelves. What I actually need. Here's a thing. Something you haven't seen in that little whirl around of the camera. So I have a ridiculous amount of books. What's more, I have a ridiculous amount coming. Not immediately, but because my mother approximating a library. When I say a library, I ain't talking no personal library. Doesn't appear to me. It's a bit too hard to. Nope, that's why I didn't really get a good. Anyway, she's got aside from all of Terry Pratchett and all of Douglas Adams. I mean all. He's got, and all of, in fact, all of it, the whole box and dice of a number of authors. Now that I think, but that of its own adds up to she has thousands of books, literally. Now, not all of them are the ones I'm going to be looking to keep. Some of them quite spectacular. Too much. For example, she has a complete set of the works of Charles Dickens, printed in, I think it's 1920 something. Go away. You've got to be good. Quite some. What's another new beauty she has? Is the Oxford Companion to Music. Not sure which edition. Well, she's got a whole stack of quite ancient books. Where am I going to put this to dry? There's a question. I think I might want to actually just holding it for a little bit until it settles in, the way glue does. So anyway, ultimately what I need is to live with a sizable shed, and hold. And at least one spare room for me to utilize as a library, because I have enough space for my books, mother's books, and ultimately my father's. I tell you guys, it's a thing. Now, got our gun in position there. Maybe actually that's it. Just let that dry. Put a lid on this. Wipe that off. Lid on. Now, other things I can do, and I will too, are where is it? Here. I want to tidy those wheels up a wee bit messy. Go to gun for this. Straight black. Use card black for wheels. Chassis black. Get something out of that. Be a bit of a there we go option. Not hopeful on the quantity, but then I don't need a lot. Possibly. Alright, now we'll grab something to select my brush, tools. Yeah. 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 more like a bit more, perhaps. Just enough. And time is. Okay, I'm going to be cruising fairly soon. But done with it. That's no bad thing. Now what else can I get onto very quickly? I wanted to do a bit of an assessment. Tempest kit surgery, but I probably don't have time for that. What I need to work out is a few things actually. First let me clean the brush and I'll show you what I need to work out. Done. Good. Wipe. Paint pot. Rinse brush. Ding, ding, ding. Now, what I need to calculate, and probably will, is with these, is now whilst bit of an example. Okay, we go here. This one goes a bit rough, but about there. That's a fairly easy sort of thing to fit into the wing. There are a few little touches I need to do to make it look a bit nicer. Probably about there's where it'll go. I'll need to do something about this area here perhaps, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Now, then I've got an individual gun that goes in, but the bigger thing I need to work out, it's actually for this side, is when I did the saw, I had to saw quite a lot of stuff off, get it to this side. Got to fit in on top of that. What I need to work out, certainly on this side, is first that's going to go. Does need some painting as well. That roughly goes there. But one thing I need to work out is the piece of plastic that needs to go there to there. I need to get from another wing. Put it in to make it correct. Now that something I need a protractor for, which fortunately I do have. I might as well get a bit of a head start on that anyway. What I'll need to work out is angle and distance. Not a protractor. A compass. What is the correct term for one of these? Be that as it may. Now, estimate aerobic. That's how it's bearing. So about a, in fact it is 10-degree angle I require of plastic to go up that way for a distance of 1.3 centimeters. I should probably write that down somewhere because what I need to do, I'll need to get a typhoon wing because I actually got a bit overzealous chopping this out. So what I need to do is put in a small bit of plastic there and there. Pull that wing out. That will in turn make it far easier to put that in position. These with even potential. That does. Actually, there's a question. Oh, actually, that's very nice. I'll just get the angle right. Oh, that's a bit exciting to check out. Why do I do it like that? Oh, dudes, that's what's going to be far easy. That's where it's got to go. Okay, so that needs to slot that into position. That needs to go under the wings, the problem. But fix that little issue, and I can. Did it on the other part. Locate. Then that will just slide into there and will be held in by that little bit of the wheel rack. Like, put that to there. Put that on top. Pop on top. See pretty quickly. That will sit right there. I'll be able to glue it to there. If I take that top part off, and you can see where the problem's going to. Yeah, it does get moved by that, so I'll need to fix that. But at least that assessment has been made. That's good. I'm happy with that discovery. Now I know what's what I need to do on that to tidy that up. Big win. Now do is track down with the other ammunition. That's a pisser. That's annoying. But there's a few places it might be. Track it down. Alright. So that's that assessment made. So it's a 10-degree angle I want up there. 1.3 centimeters. Boom, boom. Then the ballpark, get this surgery complete. Once that's done, then I can look at, of course, assembling the rest of the kit. That's the plan. Now, with all that assessed and decided, for a brief tantalizing moment, I thought I saw the other ammunition rack. I didn't. Anyway, now with all that calculated, don't have time to put it into action. What I'll do ultimately to get that bit of plastic is I will use a typhoon, portion of a typhoon wing, which I'll access with the Dremel. Go bam, bam. I'll also look at getting some proper nice flaps for the areas here that will be exposed by the ammunition rack. That's the plan today. All right. And on that note, I'm winding things up for today. That's it. Put the light out. Over we go. Now, as I said, I'm off. Yeah, Alien, I'm going to I'll be look at putting myself into the modeling category for my next Twitch stream. So thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, I'm done. As I said, I will be back tomorrow. Now it's time for my usual finishing spiel, which is to say, yes, if you're a first-time viewer, it's time to hit the magic buttons of follow, like, or subscribe. And if you wish to track me down on other platforms, I am Rob the Builder on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Discord, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And again, there's those magic words, people. Follow, like, subscribe. You know you want it. What can I tell you? Now, with all that done, I will be back tomorrow. Try and track down that ammunition rack. As I said, I do not want to buy another Typhoon kit purely for the ammunition rack. So I've already done that for that reason. Hopefully I'll just put it somewhere done. I'll do these. Oh. You shall indeed hopefully see me next time. Now I'll be back tomorrow indeed. And the line I'm looking to bandy about is same kit time, same kit channel. And yes, I'll be on with all the model action and fun and games that modeling brings. Catch you then, kids.